Hello and welcome to the W.B. Mason Coach Report on GoHofstra.com. Joined as always by the head coach of the Hofstra baseball program, John Russo. Coach, welcome.
Hey, thank you.
Let's get right into it. Start last weekend, conference opening weekend at College of Charleston. Tough series. Had a winnable game there in the first game of the doubleheader. After Ryan Rue gives you a great start, goes 6 1/3, leads with a 4-1 lead. Couldn't hold the lead late in the game. Just take us through the series and what your thoughts are on your CAA opener.
We got really outmatched on Friday night, and we knew Charleston was going to be a tough team. I mean, you're talking 7 seniors in their batting order, 2 juniors. I feel like I've coached half of Charleston's team. I've seen so much. I was really intrigued to see how Rue would respond, coming back off a rough outing against St. John's, but then facing a really experienced Charleston lineup, and he was outstanding. He held the running game. He made big pitches in big spots, held the guy at third, inside move guy at second. He couldn't have done more than what was asked of his performance. And then, Jack came in and got out of inning, gave up a run, and then Andrew had a tough end of the game. But Andrew's been great for us all year. I told him, I told the team, I'll tell anybody who listens, if you give me a 2-run lead in the 8th inning with Andrew Monday, I'd take it before we played the first 7. So, tough outing. Andrew has to have a short memory. Got him to get some good work in this week. I think he'll be prepared for Northeastern. It was really tough to play the second game of the doubleheader after losing the walk-off, there in game 1. And so we definitely didn't answer and respond to the bell. But at the end of the day, one of the beauties of college is, it's college athletics. It has high emotions. I think people love watching college football, basketball, baseball, and to have such a high emotion of having that lead and then to lose it and then to give up the 3-run walk-off and then have to play again 40 minutes later, it was just a lot to ask. And so no excuses. We're going to move forward. Then we played again on Tuesday.
Right, you played Tuesday. Finally, 21 games on the road. Finally come home to Hempstead, to University Field, where the team has had good success the last few years. And you open up with Manhattan, and you get a great pitched game from Stephen Basha and Jack Jett. You win 2-0, get the shutout on home opening day. Let's look at that game. What were the positives that you took away from that win?
I think it all revolves around Stephen. Stephen came out, set the tone. First pitch strikes, fastballs for a strike, 66 over the game. I mean, you pick a stat, and Stephen dominated it. And I think that was the kid we've been wanting to see all year. And know he's been working really hard of late to get to be that kid. The next one will be, how's his next outing, and then can he sustain this type of, because that's the guy we recruited, that's the guy we saw a little bit in the fall and seen at times. But I'm glad that the home fans got to see what he was about, and I was really happy with Jack Jett. He had a really rough performance on Saturday, and really felt the burden of us not doing well in that third game of the Charleston. And so we were anxious to get him right back on the mound because he's such a good kid and he cares. And we were only going to originally give him an inning because he's pitching this coming Friday, but he rolled, and then we're like, let's do it again. And he rolled again, and then he had like a 5-pitch ninth or whatever it was, and he just was able to finish that game out, and it was awesome. And we were able to get a run there in the first inning, and then a nice hit by Alex Sika late to get us a second run. That was nice. We needed a hit like that, and it was awesome to win the first home game of the year, 22 in.
Now you mentioned that run in the first. Not a big secret. We've talked, all season. The offense has been struggling to put together big innings, string some hits together. You get that first run without the benefit of a hit, a walk, with the running game, forcing a throw over. You get a bad Aaron pickoff throw. Jimmy Joyce takes 2 bases on it, really hustles into third, and then you score on a sac fly. How much have you been stressing like the art of manufacturing runs to try to get the offense going and producing?
I think it's a great point. Let's not take fact of Anthony D'Onofrio, driving Jimmy in with a runner at third and less than 2 outs. I mean, it was a big bugaboo, for us this weekend. It's been a big, a big problem for us all year. We're working at about 30% with a runner on third and less than 2 outs, and so like I feel like we've been putting ourselves in spots to be successful, but we hadn't. So losing sight of Anthony's at bat right there would be a big miss. But yeah, I think we're just feeling the pressure overall offensively. It's really burdened us, probably all season, to be honest. There's probably been 3 or 4 games that we really swung the bats well, and I feel like that's affecting the team's emotion and stuff overall. And it's not like we have 1 or 2 guys going bad. We have a group of 8 to 10, and they've got to work together, stay together, believe in each other to keep it. The one thing as a coach I'm not mad at is that they work really hard. We practice hard, we play, we get after it extra, all the stuff, but they just haven't carried over that confidence into games, and if you don't do that, you can't hit.
That brings us to yesterday, second home game in a row. LIU Brooklyn comes in, picks up a 10-1 win. You get a good start from Mark Fiello. Gives you 4 solid innings, 2 runs, a couple of hits. Walked a few batters, but 5 strikeouts. But again, the offense couldn't come through with any big hits in key situations. You get a home run from Vito to give you the run, his 20th home run of his career, by the way. Yeah. Top 8 now overall all time at Hofstra. But going from this game into Northeastern series, how do you erase the memory of yesterday and get focused on Northeastern with a quick turnaround?
I would definitely be bad to not talk about Vito. I mean, Vito had an incredible weekend. I know he had 5 hits on the Saturday doubleheader, and then swung the bat really well on Tuesday, and then has the home run on Wednesday. So right at the right time of season, we've gotten what we needed from Vito to be a part of the offense. We took a bad blow this week, losing Rob. When you have 2 days the wind blowing out, because just as good as Vito hit this weekend, Rob swung the bat this weekend that well, and so to lose him when the wind was blowing out is really tough. Going forward, we just need to do better. That's the bottom line. I talked to the guys about this. It's kind of like us today. We switched it up. Maybe the first half of the season we'll be talking about it 3 or 4 weeks from now and saying, man, remember when we were hitting so bad at the beginning of the year, and do it. At some point it's got to change. It can't continue like this. I have to have belief that does it, and more importantly, the guys need to have belief that we can get this and going forward. And we still have 8 conference weekends left. That's a lot of baseball left to be played. We still have a lot of home games left to be played. It's really good to hit here at University Field. I love home games. Usually you hit better when you're at home. So there's a lot of signs that point to, hey, we can get this going. We just need to go out and do it. I told the kids last night, it's a lot of words right now. It's a lot of positive words. It's a lot of reinforcement words. But until they can go out and execute it with some confidence, it's not going to happen. And, we're not going to catch any breaks with Northeastern, one of the best teams in the league, a regional team, at-large regional team last year. You get Brown, a Friday night starter that's started every Friday night last year, and then you get Sean Mellon on Saturday, who was the 3rd-team All-American and as good a guy as there was in our league last year, and a semifinalist for Pitcher of the Year in the year. So it doesn't get easier for our hitters, but they know what they signed up for, and so I'm hoping that they embrace the challenge and we go up and pitch really well. We've always played pretty good at Northeastern. It's a good matchup for 2 northern teams. We really like it. I love Mike Lavin, as good a coach as there is in the league, and as good a guy. And so we're excited to head to Boston today.
All right. One more thing.
Yeah.
We remiss to mention, we talked about Vito. Yesterday, in case people hadn't seen the news on GoHofstra.com, the Buster Posey Award watch list for the National Collegiate Catcher of the Year. And Vito is on that list, one of 79 catchers, and the only one in the CAA to make the watch list. So
I think I tweeted something out one time. My thing was, he deserves everything he gets. He's had a great 4-year career here. More importantly to me is he's a great kid, a great young man. He's been awesome since the day I recruited him, and it's been a pleasure to coach Vito, and I'm going to definitely enjoy these next 2 months being with him.
All right. Coach, good luck. The Northeastern Series starts tomorrow with a 12 noon start. Live stats video on GoHofstra.com. And you've been watching the WB Mason Coaches Report on GoHofstra.com.